Well, here we are then. Player ratings time it is. I'm still gutted. I'm still devastated today because we were robbed completely throughout the game today. VAR was an absolute clusterfuck today. It really, really was. Kai Havertz should have been sent off for the elbow on Dan Burn. People will say, oh, but he's jumping to try and go for the ball. His elbow doesn't need to be that far out, and he really catches Dan Burn in the face. It is dangerous. It's a red card all day long. But because VAR decided to bottle it, which is why Kai Havertz only gets away with it and only gets a yellow card throughout the game. The penalty decision on Jacob Murphy, 41. Look at the way his shirt's getting pulled. It's a penalty all day long, man. Not to mention there was another incident. Bruno kicked to the head. It's goddamn dangerous. And again, VAR. I mean, this was supposed to be brought in to stamp out certain things that players and that have been getting away with it. And again, it's one time it works, the other time it just doesn't. Like, it's not the overall technology I have the problem with. It's the people that are running it. A majority of it is a lot of the current Premier League referees who are absolutely rotten to the core. They are, because they're not good enough. And again, just proved the day about why it was an absolute bottle job from them the day. It really, really was. But on the positive side, I can really be proud of the lads. Couple of disappointments there, I must admit. But the rest of them really did their job and they went for it. They haven't had a go. Considering our record down at Chelsea is really, really shocking. And a lot of the times we'll go down there, we'll get absolutely rolled all over. But not today, we didn't. We give it a go. We had a couple of opportunities we just didn't take. But again, we really, really did our best out there the day. And going into Everton next Thursday away at Goodison Park, we can beat them down there. We really can. They look rotten at the minute. They look like a sinking ship at the moment. They lost again the day through Wolves, and they are just absolutely collapsing like hell. And that is why I feel we will win against Everton on Thursday. I really, really think we will, definitely. So, but there you are. As I mentioned, VAR was an absolute bottle job the day. But a lot of the lads, our players the day, can be very, very proud. And get the goal scored from Chelsea today was a person who shouldn't have stayed on the pitch. Kai Havertz got the winner for Chelsea round about the 88th, 89th minute. It's just devastating, man. Absolutely devastating. But there you are. When the lineup got announced, Eddie Howe did go 5 at the back. And you're thinking, oh, he's going 5 at the back. Is he going a bit defensive here? But we can kind of understand why he went with that. Of course, games have been coming a bit thick and fast. And Eddie Howe's had to rotate things because of how quickly the games have been coming as well. And it did work. It did work this time. Under Steve Bruce, where we would have just got completely rolled over in the game, at least you could say with Eddie Howe, he tried to make it work out there the day. He really did. We will expect him to go back to his 4-3-3 away to Everton on Thursday night. So there you are. But anyways, now I am going to get into my player ratings now. So start off in goal, Martin Dubravka. And he just really didn't have a lot to do, did he? Considering we were playing against Chelsea. Apart from the goal did go past him. But there was nothing he could have done about that. Absolutely no chance. But he just didn't really have a lot to do, didn't he? He certainly did not. Absolutely not, he didn't. I'm giving Dubravka a 7. Now I will go into the 3 centre-backs. So first of all, I'm going to go with Fabian Schär. And again, he was just really, really solid at the back again. He really, really was indeed. And that is good because there is a really good defender in Fabian Schär. There really, really is. When he's playing along with better defenders, he really, really is a rock at the back. He is. So there you are. So I'm giving Fabian Schär an 8. Next player in the centre-backs roles, and that was the captain, Jamal Lascelles. First beginning of the game, he was quite all over the place in terms of giving away a lot of free kicks and all that, but he really started to pick himself up after that, which was good. He has been out of the game for a while because he did lose his place in that role when Fabian Schär and Dan Burn were really, really performing at the centre-back roles. But it'll be interesting to see, will he come in for the game on Thursday against Everton? We'll wait and see. But the good thing is he really started to pick up after a bit of a sloppy start from him. So there you are. So I'm going to give Jamal Lascelles a 7. And the last player in the defence, and that was Dan Burn. And again, just an absolute warrior in terms of his defending. I mean, he was really, really pissed off about when he got elbowed in the face by Kai Havertz. You can tell he was not happy, and he said Kai Havertz should have been sent off, and he really tried to square up to him. Of course, had to be separated. Of course, Lascelles had to break him away from doing that, but you can tell he's a warrior on that pitch, Dan Burn. He really, really is indeed, definitely. He was my man of the match. He would have been a little disappointed. It was him that switched off at the end for Havertz's goal. He would have been gutted and really, really pissed off as well because it's him, because it's Havertz who should have been sent off. Scored the goal for Chelsea. He would have been devastated by that. Even he had a glorious opportunity for himself, which he even said he should have scored from that as well. But other than that, he's just been a brilliant signing. He really, really has indeed, definitely. Just again, an absolute warrior. He really, really has. A machine at the back. So I'm giving Dan Burn an 8 as well. Now I'm going to go into the wing backs. So on the right hand side, Javier Mankiel, and I thought he did well. In terms of going forward, he really did well, and it was a really smart idea to bring him in the start lineup and to take Emil Kraft, because I think if Emil Kraft started this game, I would have been really worried. I really, really would have been concerned, because he would have really struggled against a team like Chelsea. He really, really would have. But again, great to see Mankiel back in. I think he should keep his place for the game on Thursday against Everton. So there you are. So I'm going to give Javier Mankiel a 7, because I thought it was great to see him back, and I thought he did pretty well today. On the left-hand side of the wing-backs, it was Matt Targett. Again, the same, just a really, really another good performance. He was getting those balls in the box. He was certainly getting down that left-hand side as well, definitely. Of course, he was a little bit further forward, but again, just putting himself about, which is what he has been doing since we got him in at the football club. I'm going to give Matt Targett a 7 as well. Now I'm going to go into the midfielders. So first of all, I'm going to go with Bruno, and again, another decent performance. Couple of times he did lose the ball a lot, I would admit, but again, really started to pick himself up. Of course, he took a whack in the head as well. Questions, could that have been a red card as well? But again, because VAR, I mentioned, was just not at it. So there you are. But I'll give Bruno a 7 as well. Next player, I'll go with in the midfield, and that was Sean Longstaff, and I thought he did pretty well as well. I thought he really, really did. A guy who's been in for pelters a lot this season, really coming for a lot of criticism in terms of his play. I mean, there was where at times he was just slow to react. He was scared to put a tackle in at times, but pretty well today, I've got to say, from Sean Longstaff. So I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Next player I will go with, and I'm going to go with Miggy. Had a great chance, which was saved by Mendy. Little bit all over the place at times, I've got to admit. Again, player who's been out the start lineup for ages as well. It is talks he will be away in the summer, and I think it is time to move him on in the summer. Had a glorious opportunity, but there was a lot of the time he wasn't there. he did lose the ball a lot. He was getting caught out massively as well, and that is the thing. I'll give Miggy a 5. And the next player I'm going to go with is Jacob Murphy. Again, it should have been a penalty. But again, there was a lot of little disappointment from him as well. I mean, that one in the first half where he's shooting from a very tight angle and he takes it on his left foot, his weaker foot. And it goes well into the crowd. It goes well into the crowd. Should have done a heck of a lot better with that. I mean, that was just really frustrating from him. It really, really was indeed. And he should have done better there. And that was really disappointing when he had time to possibly take an extra touch, go on his right foot, but took it on his left, his weaker foot from a tight angle, and he got that absolutely wrong completely. I'll give Jacob Murphy a 5 as well. And of course, up front in the middle, and that was Chris Wood. And his first touch today was really, really dreadful. It was. A lot of the time, the ball just bounced off him. And a bit disappointment it was from him, considering he did well against Southampton. But I think he will look to recover against Everton on Thursday night. He will know that. So it was really disappointing, I've got to say, from Chris Wood the day in terms of his hold-up play. And in terms of his first touch as well, I've got to admit, I'm going to give Chris Wood a 4. Again, it was a lot of sloppiness from him. It really, really was. Indeed, so there. Now I'll go into the substitutions. So first of all, we brung on ASM, and I really just didn't think he did a lot in the game, I've got to admit. I think he will probably come into the start lineup against Everton on Thursday if he manages to keep himself fit. I think he will coming back into the start lineup for Thursday, which I don't think Everton will be looking forward to facing him on Thursday. Absolutely no chance. But didn't do an awful lot, I've got to say, when he come on the day, ASM. So I'll give him a 5 as well. And the other two substitutions, we had Ryan Fraser on, and we also had Dwight Gale on as well. But those two weren't on for very long, so I am not going to mark them both, so there. But now I'll go into the manager, Eddie Howe, and I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Again, people were questioning about the lineup, the formation. He went 5 at the back, but I could understand why he went for it. And I know I've been a massive criticism of going 5 at the back, but this is under Eddie Howe now, who we are under. This is not Steve Bruce anymore. And he made it work the day. Just shame we couldn't score a goal. But I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit for going with that. I really, really will. So there you are. So that is my player ratings that I've gone with. Quite a lot of highs the day, a couple of disappointments. So, but no one scores really a 1 or a 0. However, I think there is something that does deserve a 0 rating the day, and that is VAR. So that is definitely getting a big fat 0 the day. It really, really is, definitely. But the rest of it, nah, definitely not at all. But VAR gets the 0 the day. Absolutely bottle job the day. An absolute clusterfuck it was from them. Blatantness of the errors. Just things that were blatant in that game, and you absolutely bottle it completely. God almighty. So there you are. So keep an eye out for the preview for the Everton game. Of course, the quick thoughts and player ratings for that as well. So do keep an eye out for them coming. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a like. Drop your comments in as well. And of course, if you haven't checked me out before, please do hit that subscribe button. And I shall catch you all later. Take care. Again, really still gutted, devastated, really still pissed off with the VAR and the referee the day. But other than that, I am really still proud of the lads' performance today.